What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Then We Eat. It's the middle of the week, I don't have much time, so on this week's episode, I'm going to be making Philly Cheesesteak Sliders. So like I say, we don't have a lot of time to cook dinner tonight. We're getting a little pinched for time, so this is the perfect 30-minute meal. To kick things off, you saw the butter sitting here a minute ago. Just going to set that off to the side. 2 tablespoons of butter here. To that, we're going to add about a tablespoon of fresh parsley. This is parsley we've grown ourselves. We do have videos coming out on this later. It's a little early in the season yet, so you just have to wait. But we're going to chop that parsley up and we'll add it to our butter. Once you got that chopped up, into the butter it goes. To that, we're going to add 1 clove of garlic, which is about a teaspoon. Give that a stir around, mix it all together. Then we're going to set this aside for later. Just before we go any further, I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. Now let's prep some vegetables. Philly cheesesteak, green pepper, and onion. You could put mushrooms in it as well. We have one person that doesn't like mushrooms. So we're going to skip them today. Just cut that green pepper. I like to cut it in half. Then we'll clean out the pith, which is basically the white part, as well as the seeds. And if you've got any seeds stuck in your green pepper, best way to get them out, just turn it over, give it a nice little tap, and they'll fall right out. Now what I am going to do, because we are making sliders, they're going to be a little smaller. I'm going to cut the green peppers in half, just so that they'll fit on my sliders. Then we're just going to cut them into strips. So I don't think that's quite enough. So we're going to clean up the other half of this, and we're going to put a whole green pepper in there. Just trim that out. And again, cut it in half. Cut them into slices. If you've got a green pepper and it won't sit flat, just give it a squish and it'll pop itself down. And then you can kind of just slice it. It's a lot easier than trying to fight with it as it's rounded. So there we go. I'd say that's enough green pepper. So we'll just kind of set that in the corner. Now on to our onion. I'm just going to cut the end off. I'm going to start with about half and see where I end up. The only reason I'm doing that is just so I can clean the skin off. So you're going to want to take your skin, take your knife, give it a cut, and then that skin will just peel right off. It doesn't peel off super easy, but it peels off a lot easier than if you try to fight with it without slicing it first. And if you take off an extra layer, it comes off real easy. Then I'm just going to take, there's a little filament that's stuck on it. I'm just going to take that off as well. There we go. Get rid of our mess. Nice thing about onions, they cook up pretty easy, so I'm actually just going to cut them right into rings, just like this. I'm not a big onion fan, so I'm going to cut them a little thinner. If you want thick chunks of onion in there, go ahead. Prefer a little bit of a thinner chunk of onion as I cook it away and eat it. What we're looking for is about as much onion as we have green pepper. I think I'm going to do one more slice and then I'm going to call it there. I'm fighting with the onion, so I'm just going to call it there anyway.
You're a chicken!
And that's basically it for now. So now it's time to start cooking everything up. So we'll set this aside and we'll get our induction out. Turn our induction on to roughly medium-ish heat. Let it heat up for just a second or two. Doesn't take very long. Once your slightly below medium pan comes up to temperature, add a little bit of butter and let that melt. And we're going to add our green peppers and our onions. We'll saute these for about 10 minutes or so. And just as we let that cook away, just gonna season the pan with a little bit of pepper. If you're using oil or unsalted butter, you might want to add a little bit of salt as well. If you know anything about us, you've seen a lot of our videos, you know we don't like to cook with a lot of extra salt. A lot of the food you get today is very salty anyway, so we don't find there's any need to add extra salt, because at that point it's going to become way too salty. Stir that pepper in. I'm going to turn my pan down, it's a little hot. And after about 10 minutes or so, we're done. So I'm going to take this off the heat and then get the pan ready for our steak. I just transferred the veggies to a bowl. You just need to put them in something to hold on to them while you cook your steak. As our pan comes up to temperature, I am cranking the pan because these steaks are very thick. You don't want a really cool pan because you're going to want to sear it and you're not going to want it on long. So just as that pan comes up to temperature, we're going to add some butter. As you can hear, it melts pretty quick. Now I'm going to add my steaks. These are some fast fry strip loin steaks. You can use whatever kind you want. I was just afraid of having steak that was going to be a little bit tough, so I thought these might work a little better. I salt and peppered the bottom of them before I put them in the pan. Now I'm going to salt and pepper the top. And as you can see, the steaks are cooking pretty quickly. So I'm going to give them a flip. We'll let those cook for another minute or two and then we'll haul them off. Just going to take this one off the heat. I'm pretty sure it's done. We'll leave this one a minute longer because it's a little bit thicker than the other one. And after about a minute longer, we're done. So we're going to haul the steak off the heat and we'll prepare our sliders. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare our rolls. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to cut through them as best I can, finding the middle and being straight. Which, if you've ever seen me do any art, you know that straight lines are not necessarily my strong suit. Turned out not too bad, actually. Pretty close. Next, we're going to add a thin layer of mayonnaise to the top and the bottom of their buns. Next, we're going to add some cheese. I have some provolone cheese slices here. I'm going to put those on, something like that. Just going to move the tops out of the way for a minute so that I can kind of cut up my steak to put it on. I don't want to just lay the steak across the whole thing because you're going to pull these apart. I'm just afraid if you leave it as a huge chunk and pull it apart, you'll rip the whole chunk of steak out of the rest of the sandwich. So I'm just going to cut it into slices here. And as I say, I want to try to do this in a way that I don't run it the whole way across, and all I'm doing is covering each of the, we'll say, pullable parts. Don't want to get any in the middle. If you want to get them in the middle, that's perfectly fine and completely understandable. I'm just more concerned about the photo later, which maybe I shouldn't be, but I kind of have to be. There you go. They're pretty close to evenly mixed up. And as you can see, there's little kind of gaps everywhere where it'll be easy for you to pull those apart. Next, let's add our vegetables. Take some of that mix. Try to put it right on top of your steak. So again, I've tried to kind of leave little gaps, but as you can see, it's well incorporated. Lots of veggie mixes on there. Next, we're going to add a little bit more sliced provolone cheese. Layer that on top. Take our bun. Put it back on top as well. Now we'll get a tray and we'll finish this off. Now let's add our sliders to our pan. Then we're going to take our butter mixture we made at the beginning and we're going to brush it over the top of our sliders. Garlic smells incredible. You know what this would be really good for too? Some fresh corn on the cob in the summertime. Corn season here is right around July, August-ish. So I might keep that in mind. Remember to do that at that time. And there we have it. So I'm going to bake these in the oven for about 10 minutes. Got our oven preheated to 350 like I mentioned earlier. So we'll be back in 10 minutes to take a look at how they are. So there we go. Let's give them a try and see how they are. As I say, the cheese didn't really melt quite as much as I was hoping. I find with this kind of cheese, it won't always do that. Unfortunately, as a result of trying to make it do that, the bread's a little crispier than I would have liked, but it's still pretty soft. So let's find out how good they are inside. That is very good. I said they're a little crispier than I wanted. They actually aren't. You get a little bit of a crisp, nice and soft inside. Great flavor from the mayonnaise, the cheese. Everything blends exactly how you'd want it. These are fantastic. And the best part is, it's a pretty easy 30-minute meal. So that's it for this video. Hit like if you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload next. We upload a new short every Wednesday and a new video every Friday. Share the video with all of your friends and comment down below. What did you think of this video? Or better yet, what would you like to see us make next? Oh, and don't forget, first we cook, then we eat. So good.